Hello everybody, Chris Grant here again. I want to cover a topic that I've been thinking about these last couple of weeks, and that's intimidating songs. Many years ago, I tried out for bands and I got into a band that was doing covers. It was a female fronted band, and we did like Pat Benatar and Blondie and stuff like that. And, we were always trying to expand our song list. And one of the songs that I kept saying we should do was Freebird. And, everybody kind of, shied away from that song. I said, if we're in a bar and somebody shouts out Freebird and we don't know how to play it, it's gonna put us in an awkward situation. And they didn't want to learn it. And I think the reason why is, the first part of the song is pretty straightforward. It's got vocals, it's kind of slow. But then there's the part of the song that does this. I took it upon myself to learn the song, and as I was trying to branch out from being a rhythm guitar player, I was focusing in on the instrumental at the end of the song, and I was transcribing those leads. And even though I never played that song live, I always kept it kind of in my inventory. If I ever go back to playing live again, I would like to be able to have that. I kind of think of it that it's an important song. And there's probably a lot of reasons. It's kind of a hallmark song. It's like everybody knows it, and it's got the song part is really written really well, and it goes into that massive guitar solo at the end. It's just, it's kind of a epic song. And I think, if you're going to do cover songs, that might be one that you should learn how to do. So after that band, I tried out for other bands, and there was a kind of like a penny saver type newspaper where musicians could put their name in there and advertise that they're available. And so I got some phone calls. A lot of weirdos called, but a gentleman called me, and I said, well, they wanted me to play the bass. And I said, well, send me a list of 10 songs that you guys do, and so I could learn them, go over them really quick, and I'll give it a try. So he gave me, it was a lot of Steely Dan, it was Jeff Beck, and I had a week to learn the songs. There was like 10 of them. I don't remember all 10 of them. I put my nose to the grindstone and I tried to listen, I worked out the bass parts. And, the Steely Dan was pretty straightforward as far as the bass is concerned. They're a very challenging band if you're going to cover any of their songs. They are, great guitar playing, great rhythm, great drums, great bass. Their songs are, challenging to play. So I learned Josie and Reelin In The Years. So I also learned Freeway Jam, which was one of the songs that they wanted to do. And at the time, I said to myself, it's an instrumental. So, I kind of got a little scared of it because it's, what is it? So I started to listen to it and I broke it down and I learned the bass as best as I could. And I think I got it, for the most part. I really like the song. It's a great Jeff Beck tune. I recommend trying to learn it if you're going to do gigs. So I tried out for the band, and the problem is that I showed up, I didn't have a bass. And here's where they looked at me like I had 39 and a half heads. I had a guitar and I was playing through my Digitech stomp box, which could lower the strings on the guitar an octave and make it sound like a bass. So I was playing my guitar through a synthesized kind of bass sound, and at the end of it, they didn't want me. They said they wanted a real bass player, but the guitar player, who is very good, he wanted me because he knew that I studied the songs and that I knew the little parts and everything. And so they were kind of like split, but they didn't call me back. And I kind of regretted. I should have bought a bass and I should have just played a bass. And, what can you do? So to sum it up, even if a song is a little scary or intimidating to play, I think you should try and, hone in on it and accept it as a challenge and try and learn it. And of course, being in bands, there's give and take. There's mostly a lot of giving because a lot of the music I really wasn't that interested in playing. But, if you want to be in a band, you have to compromise. So this is my tip for this week, and we'll see you next time.